What's up, guys? We're gonna knock out the Pac-12 votes. Forewarning, real life is gonna be going on. Not having my wife turn down the TV. I make her do that way too much, so if you hear the TV going on, it is what it is. Kids are energetic right now. You'll probably hear them, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. Trying to get these seatings done so I can get my brackets done, so I can make the videos, so I can get the voting. So we're in like step one of like 5 steps of getting my brackets out for people to vote on. If you count the actual voting, it's like 6 or 7 steps. So there you go. It's crazy. I'm kind of mad at YouTube though, because I'm getting a lot of complaints about not getting notified. Hold on, guys. I might cut out for a second, so just hold on. Hold on, guys. Alright, there we go. Now I'm back on. I had to turn on my hotspot in case I need to keep up with what's going on in the big dance too. I mean, if I gotta rank them myself, I've done it, so, no. We'll just do it that way if nobody ends up voting. It's all good. Alright, so, yeah, we're gonna vote on the Pac-12 logos on this one. But right now, I'm checking on the Sweet 16 matchups for today. Yesterday, we had that one upset, but other than that, nothing crazy. I mean, there was that ending to the Arkansas, Loyola Chicago, where Arkansas held on there at the end with that last minute shot. Other than that, Oregon State in the Elite Eight. That's crazy. Crazy. They came in as a 12 seed, and the only reason they even got in the big dance is they won their tournament. That's it. I'm going to turn off this vent real quick. That's the only thing. Hold on. Don't forget, if you're a regular here, go invite some people. Get some more people here. Say, hey, we got this vote thing going on. It's free. Your vote counts. Especially after this crazy year we've had. Many people realize, their votes do count. For real. So, make sure to invite people. Share this link. All you have to do is, whenever you click on it, that hook looking arrow, hit that arrow, copy the link, and you can plaster that bad boy anywhere, and we can get more people in. What's going on, Pizza Woman? I'm trying to do 2 things at the same time. Number 1, keep up with the Sweet 16. And then number 2, of course, we want to get into the Pac-12 logos and rank them. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe because it's Sunday and people are doing other stuff. It's all good. It's a pretty slow day for everybody, I think. But I did do a West Virginia. I wouldn't call it a preview video, but like a calm down, because what's happened is Tacky Smith and Deshaun Miller, 2 of our best defensive backs, went in the transfer portal. So West Virginia fans were like freaking out. They really were 2 of our best defensive backs. I'll give them that. But the thing is, we actually got some good transfers as well. So it's not all we're just losing. No, we've gained. And last year, West Virginia's defense was number 1 in total defense for a large majority of the year. So, I've got an itch on my nose. So even if we do take a slight step back, we're not going to have a bad defense. Will it be as good as last year's? Probably not. we did lose some key pieces, but it's not going to be a bad defense. And if you watch the video, you see that we gained a ton of skill players, a lot of returning players on offense. I think our offense will be much better, and that's why I think West Virginia will get better, because if you look at the trend the past 5 years, if you have a great offense and at least a halfway decent defense, that's when you have success. If it's the other way around, you have a great defense and a halfway okay offense, it's not as good. Yeah, that's what I was mentioning earlier, Rise. YouTube is having big issues, and it's not just me. YouTube is having these issues of not notifying people, even when they hit the bell to get notifications. If I could do anything to fix that, I would, but that's YouTube. So I don't know. By the way, this is a new shirt. Went to West Virginia a couple weeks ago. Can't really get anything here in South Carolina unless we order, and I do order. But I saw this on the shelf, very just the Flying WV. I was like, it's classic, not too much going on. I like it. I bought it. First time wearing it for the show, so I think it looks good on camera. Yeah, you can try that, Rice. Turn the notifications off and then turn them back on. Maybe that'll work. Basketball legend. No, we haven't even started the Pac-12. I was waiting for more people to come in. But I will say, let's do a quick recap. Okay. So the first one we did was the SEC, right? Rules are simple. Just in case you don't know, vote in the comment section of the team you think has the best logo. Okay? Super Chat places any team anywhere locked, cannot vote. The thing is, the first conference I did, the SEC, I did it the other way around. I went from worst to first. I thought maybe that would create more drama or whatever. I didn't like it. So now, now it's best out of the remaining logos. I think it's simpler, more understandable, and I think, people will want to vote more on who they think the best logo is instead of who they think the worst logo is. So, anyways, here's how the standings for the logos turned out for the SEC. First place, Florida. Exactly what I had in my video. 100% agree. Second place, Alabama. Whatever. Third place, Missouri. Agreed. Fourth place, South Carolina. No. Fifth place, Arkansas. Sixth place, Auburn. 7, Texas A&M. 8, Mississippi State. 9, LSU. 10, Ole Miss. 11, Tennessee. 12, Vanderbilt. 13, Kentucky. And 14, Georgia. Super chatted by C-Dog. So Georgia wasn't voted last, and I actually have Georgia in the top 5 as far as logos, but C-Dog invoked the super chat, and there you go. For the ACC, a Georgia fan actually super chatted Georgia Tech into first place. Georgia fan playing mind games, I guess. Reverse psychology. Miami was voted into second, which I think Miami has the best logo in the ACC. Clemson third, Boston College fourth, Notre Dame fifth, Virginia sixth, Louisville seventh, North Carolina 8, should be higher, NC State 9, Virginia Tech 10, 11 Duke, 12 Syracuse, 13 Wake Forest, Florida State was super chatted into 14th, and Pitt was super chatted into 15th. All right, so now on to the Big Ten. Wisconsin super chatted into first place. Second place, Iowa. Third place, Michigan State. I agree with the top 3. That's fine with me. I didn't have them in the same order, but yeah, I like them. 4, Northwestern. Agreed. 5, Indiana. 6, Maryland. 7, Purdue. 8, Minnesota. The combination of Minnesota's colors and the block M, I have them last. It's ugly. 9, Nebraska. 10, Michigan. 11, Illinois. 12, Rutgers. Ohio State was super chatted into 13th. And Penn State was super chatted into 14th, which would be last place. That brings us to the Big 12. We had West Virginia super chatted into first place, Kansas State second, Texas Tech third, Iowa State 4th, Oklahoma State 5th, Baylor 6th, TCU 7th, Kansas 8th, Oklahoma 9th, and Texas was super chatted into 10th. I don't agree with Texas being in last place. I think Texas has the best logo in the Big 12, but rules are rules. Whenever you super chat, it's a done deal. So now we are on to the Pac-12. Is everybody caught up? Do we understand what's going on? Let's see. I think Wisconsin fan is explaining a super chat. Very good. Super chat equals no voting, and you choose who goes where. Exactly. If you super chat a team and you say where you want them to go, it is a done deal. It's not going to get voted on. I'm placing value on the super chat. Okay, super chat trump, because to me that's you are investing your hard-earned money into my show, so I'm going to make it valuable. And then he says a chat, which means in the comment section, equals 1 vote. And you can change your vote before I lock them in. So votes can flip in case there's a tie and you're like, well, I changed my mind. I want to go to the other team, and you break the tie by flipping your vote. That's allowed as well. That was very well explained, Wisconsin Fan 100. Very well explained. Super chat. Team, whatever place you choose, no voting, done deal. A chat vote, team in the chat, that equals a vote. There you go. And yes, you can flip your vote or change your vote at any given time before I lock it in. And there's one thing he didn't explain though. So until I write that last team in, okay? Until I write it in, it's a super chat will trump even if a team has been voted in. Say you're late to the chat and you don't like where your team's logo lands or a particular logo, and we're still voting on the last 2 spots. You're like, well, no, I want, let's say Oregon gets 6th or 7th, whatever. You're like, no, I want Oregon, first. Super chat them in the first place, and it'll knock them all down. So there you go. That being said, let's vote for first place. We have Washington, Stanford. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering which variation of the logo that I go by, just go on ESPN. Those are the logos that I'm going by, because I want it to be, I don't want to be, picking and choosing the best one from this one, but the worst one from. I want it to be across the board the same. So here we go. We have Washington, Stanford, Oregon, Oregon State, Cal, Washington State, USC, Colorado, Utah, Arizona State, UCLA, and Arizona. Who has the best logo? Yeah, go get you something to eat, Rice. You're good. And yes, we are going to vote on the AAC probably early, maybe either tomorrow or Tuesday. Probably tomorrow. So here we go. Pizza Woman says Washington State. 100% agree, by the way. I had them in my video. And the reason I like I said, go look at the logos if you aren't familiar with what they look like. Washington State's logo, I think, is genius. Some people don't realize this. Of course, when you look at the logo, it's a cougar, right? But they created that cougar out of the W and the S initials for Washington State. And if you use a little bit of imagination, you can actually see a C in the mouth area for cougars. I mean, I don't think that's like a real thing, but if you look at it and use your imagination, all three, that Washington, W, State, S, and C, cougars, all there. Genius, in my opinion. So we do have a vote for Washington State. And actually, it's going to be Washington State because Basketball Legend just super chatted Washington State. I 100% agree with that. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Guys, if y'all super chatted and I haven't said thank you, I apologize. I appreciate every single time you super chat. So, yeah, maybe I haven't done that, and I apologize about that. But I do make it the most valuable vote there is. And Washington State, just like that, is in first place. And I 100% agree with that. No arguments for me. Which either way, I'll go by y'all's vote, whether I agree with it or not. But that one, yes. So Wisconsin is still explaining. He says, for example, let's say UCLA is voted into 9th place. You think they should be in first place. What you can do is you can super chat them into first place. Unless someone else has already super chatted another team in the first place. Case in point, Washington State was just super chatted in the first place. So now the best ranking you can give a particular logo would be second place with the super chat. Thank you for explaining that. Very well said. Alright, let's keep it going. Joey Foster in the house. Just got the notification. I'm telling you, everybody's having issues with that daggum YouTube notification. Basketball, you know what? I'm going to lock it in. Tomorrow we're going to do AAC. I'm going to try to do it, we'll say 9 o'clock. AAC voting. How about that? For sure. Alright, so best logos remaining. Washington, Stanford, Oregon, Oregon State, Cal, USC, Colorado, Utah, Arizona State, UCLA, and Arizona. Who has the best logo out of the remaining 11 teams? Let the voting begin. Wisconsin fan says Washington State, Arizona State. We have a vote for Arizona State. Colorado and Washington. Alright, so we have some disagreement tonight. That's cool. I'm just trying to figure out, like, if this ends in a three-way tie, I might just have to decide that one, because I don't know how I would flip a coin to decide, a three-way tie. Can y'all hold on one second? My kids are being super loud. What the heck are y'all doing? Jeez. Alright, I'm back. I said, please just play normal. That's all I'm asking. So we got one for Arizona State, Colorado, Washington. Still three-way tie. Now make it a four-way tie. Oregon State with the vote. Very, very interesting. So if you're on the chat and you haven't voted yet, you could either make it a five-way tie or break the tie. Basketball Legend says, I know you could make a wheel of all the teams who tied and spin whatever it lands on is the team. Yeah? I could do that. Wonder what it would take to make one of those. That's an interesting thing right there. Basketball Legends going with Oregon State. So Oregon State now has 2 votes. Washington 1, Oregon State 2, Colorado 1, Arizona State 1. If you haven't voted, please do so now so that your vote will count. Because right now, Oregon State holds a slight edge. But everybody's voting, so I like that. That's the whole point of this. Yeah, it looks like everybody voted. So, looks like Oregon State. I'm going to call it out. Make sure, everybody has their vote in. Oregon State for second place, which I'm actually okay with. Going once, going twice. Done deal. Well, I say done deal, but super chats can always change things. But for right now, Oregon State is in second. All right, so let me cross them out. Third place. Who now has the best logo for third? We already have a vote for Arizona State. The teams remaining: Washington, Stanford, Oregon, Cal, USC, Colorado, Utah, Arizona State, UCLA, and Arizona. And please feel free to go look online and look at the logos if you need to. I'm not trying to rush anybody here. Joe says, or I could flip a coin sitting here in my chair and let you know. Yeah, I mean, I do trust you. I do. Yeah, Oregon State does have an interesting logo. I agree. That beaver, some people think it's cartoonish. I don't. I mean, it doesn't look fierce or anything like that, but I mean, I like it, and the orange kind of just goes with the color of what maybe a beaver would look like. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty cool. So third place, Arizona State gets 2 votes. Pizza Woman, Oregon State was already voted into second place, so you can re-vote. Same thing with Basketball Legend. Oregon State was voted into second place. I meant to ask you, Basketball Legend. I didn't watch your video. Can you post a link? I couldn't find it. So, you can actually. I'm allowing people to post links to their channels if they want to. I'm not trying to moderate today. So post a link in the chat, and we'll check it out. And whenever this video, either on this video or the other video that's already out, post the link there so I can just click on the link, because I couldn't find it for whatever reason. Alright, anyway, so Arizona State, back to Washington for Pizza Woman. So Arizona State has 2, Washington has 1 vote. Make sure to vote Basketball Legend. I know you haven't voted. What do I think about Beeline not being fired? I don't really keep up with the NBA, but I don't know. Wait, is he still? Where's he at now? Did he get fired at Cleveland? I don't know. I really didn't after he went to Cleveland. I didn't really keep up because I don't do the NBA all that much. All right, guys. So if you just popped in the chat, we're voting on the best logo remaining out of Washington, Stanford, Oregon, Cal, USC, Colorado, Utah, Arizona State, UCLA, and Arizona. Voting for the best logo for each conference. This is the last Power 5 conference vote that we will take. This is to make my brackets, make videos, release them into Facebook, Twitter, everywhere, get the votes, and see who people actually think have the best logo in the nation. That's the whole point of this. Florida State down by 20. Yeah, well, ACC was not that great in basketball this year. But back to voting. Arizona State 2-1 over Washington. Does anybody else want to vote? Anybody else want to vote before Arizona State takes the 3rd spot? Because we're moving at a halfway decent speed, so I'm gonna go ahead and call that. Going once, going twice. It's done. Arizona State. I need to turn. How did I not turn my phone off as far as noise? Anyways, Arizona State 3rd. Alright. Y'all know the drill. On the 4th. Teams remaining. Washington, Stanford, Oregon, Cal, USC, Colorado, Utah, UCLA, and Arizona. Basketball Legend says Utah for 3rd. Alright, so that's actually going to bump Arizona State down to 4th. Very good. Yes, that's not cheating. You're allowed to use that at any time. Arizona State. Hold on, guys. I gotta. I know. What place are we at now? It's getting a little crazy. So Utah went into 3rd place. Arizona. Now we're on 5th place, guys. But let me mark Utah out. Who has the best logo out of Washington, Stanford, Oregon, Cal, USC, Colorado, UCLA, and Arizona? Colorado gets a vote. me make sure. Let's see. Yeah, Arizona State moves down to 4th. That is correct, Wisconsin fan. Good job. Another vote for Colorado. So that's 2. Another vote for Colorado. That's 3. UCLA gets a vote. Stanford gets a vote. Not gonna lie, that one kind of shocked me. Stanford with a vote. Let me make sure I got this. Alright, so. No, you're good. No, that's what I'm saying, Basketball Legend. There's no such thing as a late super chat unless, the whole thing's figured out. You can, it can get crazy. Make sure I got them all counted. Alright, so, Colorado 1, 2, 3, UCLA with the vote, and Stanford with the vote. So, Colorado has 3, UCLA has 1, and Stanford has 1. That is correct, Wisconsin fan. Washington State was super chatted into 1st place as well. Washington State super chatted into 1st, and Utah was super chatted into 3rd. All we have left: Washington, Stanford, Oregon, Cal, USC, Colorado, UCLA, and Arizona. So there you go. So I'm going to call it out because Colorado has a 2-vote lead. Going once, going twice. Done deal. Colorado goes into 5th. Oh, and don't forget, guys, I'm actually doing another double live show this evening around 10 o'clock. Remember the first weekend of the Sweet 16 where I did back-to-back, and I was supposed to do another one the 4th. Well, some stuff happened. I wasn't able to do it. But tonight, 10 o'clock, double live. I'll be doing a live on my YouTube channel and, of course, on the Facebook group, NBS Central. So, 2 different angles. So, if you had 2 devices, you could literally watch me at 2 different angles. Anyways, 6th place. That's right. Y'all are keeping me on track. Washington gets a vote. Stanford gets a vote. Basketball Legend says, I think you should write down the person who super chatted so people make a scuffle and more drama. Well, for today, it was both Basketball Legends, so trying to create drama for yourself. Gotcha. So Beeline is a professor at Michigan. I didn't know that. Alright. Well, let's see. Washington has a vote. Washington has a vote. Stanford has a vote. UCLA has a vote. And Oregon has a vote. Dadgum. 4-way tie now. Washington, Stanford, Oregon, UCLA. Yeah, we're in 6th place. Anybody else want to vote? All you gotta do is type in the chat. And of course, a super chat trumps anything. You can put a team in any place with the super chat unless it's already taken by another super chat. If that makes any sense. Wisconsin fan is great at explaining that rule. That was awesome. But right now for 6th place, Rice says, I wish I could super chat, but when I get old enough to get a credit card, you will have like 1 million subs. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing okay, but 1 million subs, man, I don't think so. So Wisconsin is changing to Cal. Where was he at? Wisconsin fan. What did you have? Oh, you had UCLA. So take it off UCLA and put it for Cal. Okay, I got you. So no votes for UCLA, and Cal now has 2 votes. That changed around. Let me see what... Oh, Basketball Legend is flipped from Oregon to Cal, too. So Cal, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, has 3 votes. That's actually pretty awesome. I got you, Basketball Legend. I got you, bud. So now it looks like Cal has 3, Stanford has 1, and Washington has 1. Yes, correct. Anybody that's watching, you haven't voted, all you have to do, chat, and that's a vote. super chat, and that's a lock. And Rice is trying to lobby for Stanford, trying to get people to flip for Stanford. He's trying, guys. He's trying. Well, Stanford's about to run out of time. About to call it out, man. Cal into... Well, okay. Now we have a tie. A flip from Cal to Stanford. Fake money, $5 for a fake super chat. Well, you did get somebody to flip, so I didn't want to say anything, Pizza Woman, but I actually agree with you. In my video, I had Stanford as the worst logo. You know, it is what it is. I don't like that S with that tree, but, you know, some people do. Chris Meadows says, do you think DC would get better next year? Like, DC, like, what does that stand for? That could stand for a lot of things. Are you talking about, like, a professional team in Washington? A name? College name? Something like that? Because I have no idea what that means. Yes, Pizza Woman, I agree. Stanford's logo is super boring. It's a generic block S, and the tree is just a tree. Oh, Derek Culver. Yeah, I think so. I think he just had to adjust to, because you got to think, going into the season, they were practicing and being taught with Oscar Sheway next to him. All of a sudden, Sheway's not putting in effort, and he basically quit. So now it's him and Osabwahin. Yes, I think he settles in, and Culver is going to look really, really good. All right, let's get back to voting. Right now, last time I checked, two-way tie. Wait, Basketball Legend. He changed for Stanford. Now he's going back to Arizona State gone. Pizza Woman's got Washington. I got that. Okay. Joey is sticking with Stanford. So, from all that I can see, Washington has 1 vote, Stanford has 2, and Cal has 2. So, if you have no idea what we're doing right now, we're voting in the best logos. And the logos remaining are Washington, Stanford, Oregon, Cal, USC, UCLA, and Arizona. Out of that bunch, who has the best logo in the Pac-12? Right now, it's a tie between Stanford and Cal. 2 votes apiece. All of the California schools have terrible logos. Yes. Yeah, Joey never actually changed to Stanford. He said he would vote for them next. So we're still in a tie. Hey, dude, if I super chat $1, can I tell you what team after? Of course. There's no, like, I'm not setting an amount on the super chat, like 99 cents, dollar, you know, whatever. A super chat is a super chat in my eyes. I mean, of course, you know, the dollar amount is actually different, and you're like, whoa. But as far as the value of it for voting, yeah, you can do that anytime. Right now, from what I can see, we are tied. Yeah, Wisconsin fan, 2-2. Washington has 1. So I might be flipping a coin. What did I do with my coin? It doesn't allow you to say words. Really? Alright, well, no, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, you can do it, and then after you hit the super chat, tell me the team, and it's a done deal. You know, either way, whether you actually word it in the super chat, or it doesn't let you say the words, and then you comment after it, you know, it'll count for that, if that makes sense. And I appreciate everybody hitting that like button. But I do need to find that I got my coin just in case. I'm waiting to see, everybody's waiting to see what Basketball Legend does here. Make sure all these teams are knocked out. Colorado, Utah, Arizona State, Washington State, Oregon State. I got you, Wisconsin fan. But Basketball Legend is working at Arizona. So are you saying Arizona for 6th place or 7th place? What spot are you wanting in Arizona? Well, actually, you could put Arizona in any spot except for 1st or 3rd. All right, 7th. Gotcha. So Arizona is actually off the board, and they are in 7th. I gotcha. Now back to 6th place. We are still at a tie, guys. It looks like I'm going to have to flip a coin. This is going to be between Stanford and Cal. And to me, it makes sense that Stanford be tails and Cal be heads. For whatever reason, that makes sense to me. So that's what we're going to do. Stanford tails, Cal head. Cal. Not Kyle, Cal. All right, here we go. It is a tails. So Stanford gets 6th place. Ugh. It is what it is. Nope, sorry, Pizza Woman. Stanford got it. Alright, it's all good. It's all good. Alright, so now we're going on to 8th place. Best out of Washington, Oregon, Cal, USC, UCLA. Who has the best out of those? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 logos left. Washington, Oregon, Cal, USC, and UCLA. Who has the best logo? 2 for Cal. Yes. All right, Cal. And 1 for UCLA. So it's 2-1 in favor of Cal. Rye says, got a noti for another person that I'm sub to, just not your channel. Oh. Maybe I do need to check my... I don't... Huh. Yeah, I guess I'll check my YouTube studio and make sure that's not messed up. That's kind of crazy, actually. So we got 2 for Cal, 1 for UCLA, and 1 for USC. Anybody else want to vote for the best logo out of Washington, Oregon, Cal, USC, and UCLA? So it looks like Cal is going to go into 8th place. Going once, going twice. It's Alright, I'm going to check into the notification thing. That doesn't make any sense. So, definitely, guys, definitely. Alright, 9th place. 4 teams left. Just 4. 4. Man U is in the house. See, I'm starting to believe y'all. Well, I've been believing y'all, but I'm starting to realize how serious this is. Nobody's getting notifications when I go live. Basically, what we're doing is we're voting on the best logos per conference. We've already done the SEC, the ACC, the Big Ten, and the Big 12. This is the Pac-12. And here are the rules. A regular chat is worth 1 vote. That's a vote. A super chat puts a team anywhere, anytime, any place, unless that spot's already used. Here's an example. Basketball Legend super chatted Washington State into 1st place. That spot's taken. Nobody can mess with that, and it was not voted on. He did the same for Utah. Utah voted into 3rd place. And he did the same thing for Stanford. He super chatted Stanford into 6th place. So 1st, 3rd, and 6th are the only spots that are actually locked. But right now we're voting for 9th place. So let me go back and look at who everybody has voted. Oh, by the way, the 4 teams remaining: Washington, Oregon, USC, and UCLA. Who has the best logo out of Washington, Oregon, USC, and UCLA? What's going on, Lincoln Stevens Show? Glad you stopped by. Alright, so let me check here. How we end the day? Okay, so here we go. UCLA gets one. USC gets one. Got it. Another one for UCLA. Got it. Thank you for explaining the rules, Wisconsin fan. I appreciate you. Alright, so take a vote off of UCLA. Put it onto USC. Keeping up. I'm keeping up. C-Dog goes USC. Alright. Manu goes USC. Oh, dadgummit. I'm putting that on the wrong one. Wisconsin goes UCLA. So it's 2 for them. Joey goes USC. This might be the biggest voting round so far. I'm going to double check and make sure somebody hasn't voted twice. Don't worry. So that's USC, and then UCLA and USC. So, yeah, last roll, hit the like button. There you go. Alright, so let me go back and double check, make sure nobody has double voted. I'm not saying anybody would do that on purpose. It happens. Alright, so here we go. One for USC. That's Rise. UCLA, USC. Basketball Legend, UCLA. Joey flipped USC. I got that. USC. Manu, USC. Rise. Did he already vote once, though? No, he did not. Alright, so I got that. Manu, USC. Got it. Joe, USC. Lincoln Stevens, USC. Legend, USC. I think we're good. I think we got everybody. Dadgum. This was a good round, too. USC got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 votes to 1, 2, 3 for UCLA. So there's actually there's more votes in this particular round than there is, like, from what I'm seeing, watchers right now, which that's not always 100% accurate. But anyway, so USC into 9th place. I'm going to call it out. Going once, going twice. Done deal. USC going into 9th place. So now all we have left is UCLA, Oregon, and Washington. Already 2 votes for UCLA. We got Washington, Oregon, and UCLA. That's who we got. Washington, Oregon, UCLA. I'm kind of surprised that Oregon's so low, to be honest with you. Hashtagging would help, but you don't have to. Oregon, UCLA. So 2 more for UCLA, 1 more for Oregon. But I might change that rule for next time, hashtagging it. That would definitely help. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so I got 5. And 1 for Oregon. Or is that 2? I think that's 2 for Oregon now. Yeah. No. 1. Alright. Pizza Woman says to speed up the process, 11th for Washington and 12th for Oregon. Alright, so I got those. Alright. Basketball Legend. So if something is not Super Chat, you could Super Chat for that place. Yes, exactly. Exactly right. So until that last thing is written in, it's still not a done deal. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so anyway, so UCLA... 5-1 over Oregon, actually. For 10th place, going once, going twice. Uh-oh. Basketball Legend super chatted again. I'm just waiting for what he put in. What you got for me, Basketball Legend? Oregon second. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And that still has UCLA voted into 11th. That really shook things up. So, that literally pushed Arizona State from being voted into 3rd all the way down to 5th. That's crazy. Wow. I like it though. So, UCLA was voted 11th, so I'm still going to write that in. USC, Cal, Arizona. Stanford was locked into 6th, so I'm not moving them. So that's Colorado. Yeah, the rankings look way different now. Arizona State. And that means, wow, that means Oregon State went from 2nd place to 4th place. That's kind of funny. And then Oregon. Wow. And that leaves Washington last place automatically. So just like that, everything is decided. Great job. Well done. Oh, Talkis Pit, just a little late on the voting. So basically what we did was we're going conference by conference. I am creating a bracket for all 130 logos in FBS college football, every single one of them. So there are going to be 8 regions with 16 teams in each region. Because of the math, there are going to be 2 play-in games. But the purpose of the live shows is for the people watching to vote for the seeding, because you can't make brackets without seeding. You know, the 1 versus the 16, the 2, you know, all that stuff. So we've been voting on seeding for the logos for each conference. So anybody that don't know the final results so far, here we go. First up was the SEC. The Power 5 is done. Yeah, we're done. So the SEC, as voted by you guys, Florida was number 1, Alabama was number 2, Missouri was number 3, South Carolina 4, Arkansas 5, Auburn 6, Texas A&M 7, Mississippi State 8, LSU 9, Ole Miss 10, Tennessee 11, Vanderbilt 12, Kentucky 13th, and Georgia was super chatted into 14th. What do I mean by that? Well, when you super chat, you can put a team in any spot at any time and it will not be voted on. So I put, extra value on the super chat. You get that super chat and you vote that team in there and they can't be voted either way. Done deal. So that's what happened. C-Dog super chatted Georgia into 14th place or last place. And then there's the ACC. Remember, this is not me. This is what people voted on. You're not going to like this Talkers Pit, by the way. Georgia Tech was super chatted in the 1st place. Done deal. Miami voted 2nd, Clemson 3rd, Boston College 4th, Notre Dame 5th, Virginia 6th, Louisville 7th, North Carolina 8th, NC State 9, Virginia Tech 10, Duke 11, Syracuse 12, Wake Forest 13, Florida State was super chatted into 14th, locked it in, and Pitt was super chatted into last place by a West Virginia fan, but not me. So you can't blame me. Yes, in my video, I did put Pitt in last place in the ACC's logo because the script, I just think it's not very imaginative and it's, generic. But as far as the voting, it was super chatted for last place in the logos as far as the best logos. So basically, the worst logo in the ACC. It'll have the whenever I make the brackets, Pitt's gonna have a bad seating because of that. Anyways, the Big Ten. Wisconsin was super chatted into 1st place. Iowa voted to 2nd. Michigan State 3rd, Northwestern 4th, Indiana 5th, Maryland 6th, Purdue 7th, Minnesota 8th, Nebraska 9th, Michigan 10th, Illinois 11th, Rutgers 12th, Ohio State was super chatted into 13th, and Penn State was super chatted into 14th. Big 12, I forgot about. Now this is going to look like I made up this list, but I really didn't. This was voted on. West Virginia was super chatted into first place, not by me. Kansas State voted second, Texas Tech third, Iowa fourth, Oklahoma State 5th, Baylor 6th, TCU 7th, Kansas 8th, Oklahoma 9th, and Texas was super chatted into last place. Personally, I think Texas has the best logo in the Big 12. But, you know, yeah, and that's the thing, Talkers Pit. Like, I had to use an even playing field, not like they use this, they use that. So basically, I just tried to go by the logo that ESPN uses, but still block, cursive, not. I think if I would have went by the block pit, they probably would have not been last place. I will say that. Maybe top 10, not towards the top because block lettering is still but definitely, yeah, definitely better than the cursive. So it's just tough whenever there's so many variations. Like, whenever I looked up logos, I didn't realize how many variations teams had. I'm like, man, which one do I use? So I was like, well, I'll just go by what ESPN uses. That way it's, same across the board. If they use the bad one for this one, then they're using the bad one for that one. The USC logo doesn't have the Trojan in it. The one that whenever I, talked about it, it was just the S and the C. And people were like, no, it has the Trojan in it. And yes, I know it has the Trojan on the helmet. So I don't know. It's crazy. And then today, the Pac-12, Washington State was super chatted into first place. I should have wrote that in. 1, 2, and 3, actually. Washington State was super chatted into first place. Oregon was super chatted into second place. Utah was super chatted into third place. Oregon State ended up in fourth place. They were actually voted in second place, but because of the super chats, bumped down to fourth. Arizona State voted into fifth. Stanford super chatted into sixth. Colorado voted to seventh. Arizona 8. Cal 9. USC 10. UCLA 11. And Wisconsin 12. There you go. Our Power 5 seedings for my brackets. That means we're actually halfway done. Well, no, you count the independents. I don't know how I'm going to do the independent. Well, I already lumped Notre Dame into that. We'll figure it out. But I'm doing everybody's logos. Might just put them in with somebody, another conference just to make the seedings more understandable. Anyways, Power 5 done. I'm going to say we're halfway done. We're halfway done, guys. Tomorrow we'll do the AAC probably around, I don't want to say probably because of notification. It's not notifying you. So I'm going to say 8 o'clock. We will do the AAC logo rankings at 8 o'clock. Now, don't forget about tonight. I'll be doing a double live show at 10 o'clock. I will have you guys on my live show, and I'll be doing my NBS Central Facebook group live show at the same time. So, technically, if you had two devices, you could be looking at me from two different angles. I'm just saying. It might be weird or cool. I don't know. 10 o'clock tonight, another live show. No voting, but Eastern Time, it's tonight, Eastern Time, 10 o'clock. Tomorrow, Eastern Time, 8 o'clock. The voting show is going to be 8 o'clock Eastern Time tomorrow. But tonight's live show is going to be 10 p.m. And so we'll be talking about Sweet 16. And I actually talk a little bit of wrestling. I am a wrestling fan. I don't know if y'all knew that, but I am a wrestling fan. So on that show, I'll be talking some wrestling, WrestleMania, um, what's going on in the Sweet 16, and maybe take a quick peek into what's going on in college football. So I'm gonna get off here, guys. Get me something to eat. I appreciate everybody that stopped by. It looks like everybody hit the like button. That's awesome. I appreciate it. I appreciate Basketball Legend. He super chatted his tail off today, and I appreciate that. And as usual, it was fun. The voting was fun. We're gonna do it again tomorrow at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Eastern time. And Talk This Pit says, I have the Undertaker tatted on my arm. That is what I'm talking about. I don't like the direction that WWE has gone in. It's kind of boring, to be honest with you, but that's one of the things we'll be talking about this evening, all right? Thank you guys for stopping by. I'll see y'all later, and we'll get some more voting done tomorrow at 8 p.m. Come see me.